This is the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abich, founder of Abich Financial Services.
All of the daydreaming that we do, Abe, we spend our time just thinking about how amazing retirement is going to be. We're going to do all those things we don't have time for now because we're busy with our families and our jobs, some people running businesses. And yet, we take no time to prepare for it mentally or financially, as it would turn out.
That's what the statistics say, Heather. That's what they say.
This is actually, it's completely on brand for most hardworking Americans. The fact that it's like we dream about how great it's going to be, but also we're real busy, so we don't have time to figure it out actually. And this is where you are going to help us. This is Abe Abich, financial advisor, founder of Abich Financial Services, host of the radio show, The Retirement Key, here podcasting week in, week out, author. Should I not forget to mention The Retirement Mountain, The 7 Steps to a Long-Lasting Retirement is Abe's book. We have links. You can find out how to get your hands on a copy of the book posted in the show notes, or again, visit the website, theretirementkey.com, because this study done by Lincoln Financial was looking at our patterns, habits, behaviors when it comes to our perspective and our planning process for retirement, Abe. And basically what they discovered is 77%, at least of the folks in this survey, 77% of Americans that are in their 50s and 60s, we view retirement as a time to pursue our passions, the time that we didn't have in our working years. However, only 38% of us have actually taken the time to do any planning at all, not just a little bit, do any actual planning or budgeting for these pastimes. Here's the thing, Abe. I'll have to explain to you how much one round of golf costs. And I know that a lot of people, these are the kinds of things you want to do more of in retirement. You want to be playing golf 3 days a week, not 3 days a month. And that requires planning, does it not, sir?
Yeah, and cash flow.
Yep. So let's talk about it. How do you address this with clients before they retire?
Yeah, Heather, and just more from the article. Lincoln Financial found that pre-retirees intend to do additional planning, as you mentioned, for their lifestyle and retirement, but only 11% have done the proper planning to actually, that's putting all your resources together, just combining it all, putting it all together in a spreadsheet, some type of plan, something for you to see. Well, here's what I have. Here's what it will likely be at the point of retirement. Here's my Social Security, any annuities, stock income, rental income, deferred compensation, whatever type of income you have, inherited RMDs, current RMDs from your own IRAs. Only 11% of people, of pre-retirees, have done a lot of planning around this, meaning like 90% of people getting close to retirement need to do a lot more planning. As you mentioned. And it's not just the cash flow planning and the income planning and the investment planning. It's the lifestyle planning.
Right.
And a lot of people, I find, Heather, already have enough money saved to retire, yet they won't retire because they don't know what they're going to do with their time.
Oh, really?
Which is sad.
Yeah.
They don't know how they're going to fill their time. They don't know what that purpose will be for them as they move into phase 2 in the next season of their life. So they'll continue working, right? Even though they don't have to, because they don't know how that time will be filled. The survey also polled retirees age 50 and above. And among that group, 39% underestimated the cost of basically retirement. I would say also a lot of people underestimate how much they're truly spending. And they'll come back over a couple meetings sometimes and they'll say, Abe, you know what? We thought we were spending $10,000 a month, and we looked at it more closely, and it's actually 13 or 15. Because when you're making a ton of money before retirement, typically you're spending a lot of money too. Like the more money you make, the less you look at it, honestly.
Well, if you think about where somebody is at that phase of life, they're at the peaks of their careers for the most part. They're making just the biggest salaries. Kids are probably out of the house, so that element of spending has maybe been taken away. So they're like, oh, we got the kids off of the payroll, so now we can spend more money on ourselves. And you really don't know how much I think a lot of people would be surprised about how much you're actually spending.
Yeah, and you're still maxing out your 401ks and TSPs and all that. You're still being diligent financially.
Yeah.
However, if you're making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, you're spending a lot of that too.
Yep.
And you may not be able to spend. Like you were when you're making that really good coin, leading up to retirement. You may be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saved $3+ million, $4, $5, $6 million, yeah, you can spend a lot of money and probably be okay. And we actually really encourage you to think about spending. What do you want to spend this money on? Do not get into your 70s and 80s with regrets.
But that's such an amazing thing to say to somebody as well, Abe. It's like, hey, you have worked so hard. You have done the hard work. Yeah. Spend it. Let's find out how to do this.
It's actually the approach and philosophy that over 90% of our industry has, Heather, we believe is backwards when it comes to retirement income planning. Because if your mindset has just been focused on growth and your mindset has just been to stuff the accounts and accumulate as much money possible, and you have not yet started thinking about distributions and income and how to enjoy it, oftentimes even the advisors that a lot of our clients are working with before they come to us with phase one firms will tell them, Heather, don't retire. Like you should probably work for a few more years, continue working part-time. Don't stop working. Don't touch your accounts, especially when the markets are down. Well, duh. I mean, everyone knows not to touch your accounts ideally when the markets are down. So what should you have? You should have a plan in place for the ups and downs. You should have a plan in place for the good times and bad times, a plan in place so that you have a bucket of cash or highly protected monies in your portfolio you can go to and access even when the markets are down for investment opportunities, buying opportunities, travel, whatever it is that you want. But believe it or not, Heather, there are a lot of people that will live a retirement dictated by the stock market's ups and downs each year. It's like you'll hear people say this, well, if the markets are doing really well this year, the markets are up 10, 20, 30%, I'll spend more money that year. And if the markets are down next year, I just won't take that trip. I'll spend less. Advisors are really telling clients to plan their retirement like this. It's
backwards.
It's mind-boggling. It's not what a retiree deserves in retirement. And a retiree needs a plan. Most retirees need and deserve a plan that's going to provide, stable income, stable returns, so they can go about and do all the things they want to do in retirement, regardless of the market's ups and downs. And then finally, Heather, in that article from Lincoln Financial, it says that less than 1 in 10 retirees say they had a firm estimate on their day-to-day costs in retirement before retiring. Again, just simple things like the budget, getting a good grasp on what you're spending. Like it'd be helpful to go back and look at the last year, look at the last 2 years of just monthly credit card statements.
It's so easy now to figure it out too, because everything is online. I mean, just pull your statements. And I think my American Express card, will even allow me to download my statement in an Excel spreadsheet. Like with the digital world we live in, it's very easy to pull your numbers to figure it out pretty fast.
Yeah. And most of our clients don't have any credit card debt, right? So they're putting their expenses on credit card bills to get the points and things like that, and then paying the credit cards off every month. Right. So if you go back and look at the last 6 months, year, 2 years, you'll have a decent idea as to what you're truly spending, maybe outside of the mortgage, if you still have a mortgage, or if the mortgage is paid off. Again, you're probably still throwing most of the things on the credit card statement. So, you want that lifestyle plan along with the retirement income plan. And if you don't, you need to put that together. The income plan along with the investment plan, coupled with the lifestyle plan.
Yeah.
This is, there are lots of questions in our retirement kit that we offer, our viewers and listeners. And the retirement kit can really help someone really put it all together. Okay. Ask tons of questions, helps you gather all of your resources, asks you a lot of questions about who are the most trusted professionals that you have, who's your CPA, your estate planning attorney, lawyer if you have one. Where are all your accounts? What is your income? Who are the beneficiaries? That you want this money going to, and how are you going to spend your retirement? Like, what are your dreams in retirement? How are you going to spend your time? What's going to give you purpose? What's going to fulfill you? Who do you want to give money to? Things like that, right?
Yeah.
So this retirement kit has really helped a lot of people to put all those thoughts together and not just build a successful retirement plan, but the lifestyle plan, because that's what the money is for. That's what you've saved it for.
Yeah.
For emergencies.
It seems obvious, but some people really need to be told the money you've saved is for you to live the life you want to live in retirement.
Yeah. And, a lot of our clients have a good bit of money saved, and I'll look at them and say, you know what, you've got a spending problem. And the spending problem is you're not spending near enough money, near as much money as you should. And you need to really start thinking about proactively spending this, because this balance is just continuing to go up, which is kind of a nice thing. But what's the point if the balances and your retirement values just continue to go up and up? And then you get to 75, 80, 85, and you're living with regrets. We hear it all the time. There are stories out there. I think we just talked about it on a recent radio show. A lady was interviewed by an outlet. She was 79, and she was telling the outlet that she has regrets about not spending more money in her 60s and 70s. Do not get into your 70s with regrets that you should have done things in your earlier years.
Yeah.
Get out there and do those things that you want to do. That's why people call those early years in retirement, I would say that first 10-year period of time, for a lot of people between 65 and 75, your go-go years. Get out there and go. Get out there and spend money. Treat yourself. Maybe it's investing in a first-class ticket. Maybe it's upgrading to a first-class ticket. Seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, instead of taking, X cruise line, maybe it's bumping up to that next tier cruise line and maybe instead of 5 nights, go 7 nights, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Spend money without regrets. And you can do that by having a retirement plan that you're confident in.
Yeah.
So don't get into your later years with regrets. Put together that distribution plan that's going to give you confidence. It's going to show you how to spend money without running out of it.
Yeah. Obviously, Abe, you and your team working every single day to help people find a balance, because that's really what all boils down to. Having the spending confidence because you have a balanced plan that you know is going to create income streams no matter how long you live, so that you will have money when you're older, but you have the money also now. You have access to the money now to do the things that you want to do. And that also goes to, we also talk a lot about a plan that is not static. It evolves. It moves with you through your retirement years. I mean, that's the same line of thought, right? Line of thinking.
Absolutely. Because life's going to change for you. Look, it could be a divorce, someone passed away. You could move from house to house. You're going to retire, have grandkids, move. Life's going to happen, and you want that retirement plan to keep up with your life. And so we meet with our clients typically every 90 days, about 4 times a year. And our clients have found that by meeting regularly 3 to 4 times a year, we're going over all the numbers. We're going over the income plan, updating all the reports, asking them about changes in their lives to make sure the plan's keeping up with their lives. And with those continued reviews, they have continued confidence. They get even more confidence every time we meet. They have more relief, more assurance. That's exactly what people need and want and deserve in retirement.
Absolutely.
It's simple, but powerful. And you have to take the time you have to make the time to have the meetings, right? I mean, they're 30-minute meetings 4 times a year.
You can do them. You can do them. I mean, I know you love doing face-to-face meetings, but we live in the digital age. You can do them online too if people need to.
Yeah. Yeah. So typically we'll have our clients come in once a year in office if they can, and usually 3 meetings a year, virtual, phone or video.
Okay.
If it's virtual, they get all the reports, and we screen share, and they can see all the reports. They get them the same day. And it's really, really helpful. And because of that, clients can continue to stand tall, stand with confidence, and go about retirement. That's exactly what people need.
You deserve a plan that's going to do more than just have you daydreaming about your pastimes. You deserve a plan that's going to actually have you living out with confidence.
Yes.
Spending the money on the pastimes in the years ahead. So this is the plan that Abe and his team, they are ready to create with and for you. TheRetirementKey.com is our website, where to go to start the conversation with Abe and his team. We also have links posted in the show notes. Continuing to empower you with knowledge, information, also part of Abe's plan when it comes to writing this book, The Retirement Mountain, the 7 Steps to a Long-Lasting Retirement. The idea of these pastimes and the time we're going to be spending in our years, that's the descent down the mountain that you talk about in this book, the analogy that you're always making about climbing up and down the mountain.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. There's 2 phases of a retirement plan. Yeah. The accumulation phase and the distribution phase, or sometimes we call it the ascent and the descent. Yeah. Up and then down the mountain.
Yep.
And most of our clients are at the peak. Yeah. They're at the peak, waiting to descend down, waiting for the green light to retire, waiting to know they can do it with dignity and confidence. And then once they get it all checked, and once they put together that plan, they have the confidence to pull the trigger to fully retire and know they've done everything they can to have a successful retirement.
Well, and Abe, you and your team obviously here to help people do that as well. Abe and his team doing everything they can to help you have a successful retirement. So let's begin the conversation. Stop daydreaming about all the things you're going to be doing in retirement. Start putting an action plan in place so that you know that you actually will be doing those things in the years ahead. TheRetirementKey.com is where to start the conversation when it comes to the book. We've got links posted in the show notes. You can get on Amazon. You can download a PDF copy. Anybody that comes into the office for a review will give you a free copy. Again, just working to give you the information, wanting to empower you with knowledge is the goal of Abe and his team. So let's get started. Visit us at TheRetirementKey.com.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abich. To learn more about Abish Financial Services, visit TheRetirementKey.com. And join Abe for his radio show, The Retirement Key, Saturdays at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sundays at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Abish Financial Wealth Management is a registered investment advisor with the SEC. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training, and the content of this communication has not been approved or verified by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission or by any state securities authority. The information contained in this material is intended to provide general information about Abish Financial Wealth Management and its services. It is not intended to offer investment advice. Investment advice will only be given after a client engages our services by executing the appropriate investment services agreement. Information regarding investment products and services are provided solely to read about our investment philosophy and our strategies.